My name is Leslie Duke, and I paint with oil, usually on wood panel. I kind of grew up just being exposed to it. My mom is a teacher, and so she always loved children's books. So we had lots of children's books, and whenever we would read them, she would be sure to talk about the pictures, which now as a mom, I'm kind of like, wow, she was so proactive in that. But I really remember that. We would talk about, we'd look at the picture of the illustrator on the back jacket, and then my dad, he has a few artists that he really loves, and so he collected some fine art prints from them. In college, I studied illustration and design, and trying to figure out what I wanted my style to be in terms of illustration. And I love to paint. My education was great because it was very focused on the foundations of learning to draw, learning about color theory and different mediums, and I loved oil, but as an illustrator, it just didn't quite make sense to focus on that. So I kind of had an illustration style, graduated, worked in illustration and design, but then I never really loved working in illustration, which was kind of a crisis. So then I just went back to oil painting, and I would set up a little still life maybe not every night, but quite a bit at the end of work in my little studio space in my house, and would try and figure out how I wanted my paint to look. And before then, I really wasn't drawn to still life painting. I was never, I thought it was a little bit boring. But the more I did that, the more interested I became in still life and making it into something that was me and felt contemporary. And so it just has kind of evolved since then. It's really that, for one thing, I just think they're beautiful. But also it's this, what I love about still life items is that they're usually consumables, and they're usually everyday things that are really easily passed by. And so it's nice for me in a lot of ways to just kind of, it's almost like a practicing being present with our present world and with fleeting objects and present experiences, and focusing in on the beauty of basically a moment in time, and with an object that it's organic and it's alive. It's not human, but it is gonna have a certain lifespan. And so I don't know, I just am really drawn to that. I actually try not to think too hard about that when I'm painting. I don't want to have too much control over my viewer's experience, because for me, I know what I experience when I'm painting, and for me, the majority of my paintings, they are almost, I struggle with anxiety, and so for me it's very calming. It's almost like a meditation, and so that's how I feel about most of my paintings. There are some that maybe have some more dark themes and moods, but for the most part it's very peaceful and calm for me, and it seems like that is what resonates with most people when they come through here. But I really like to keep it an open-ended experience for my viewers. Oh, well, it's so different. I don't really know of anything that's like it. For one thing, it's a 10-week show, so it's every day. So for better or for worse, we are stuck with the people, our neighbors. But it's been so great. I feel like I've made some beautiful friendships that I will treasure for forever. And also there are so many there's such a range of styles and mediums that it's interesting to see how those have influenced my artwork. And it's been nice to be able to, if I need some feedback on a painting, to ask for some feedback or to be able to give feedback, whether that's, someone who's oil painting or a jeweler or whoever it is. And so it's really nice to have that that input. Whereas in my studio, when I'm at home by myself, it's not as readily available. And it's just, I feel like my work gets better and better every year that I'm here because I am pushed to be a bit better by the artists that I'm with. And it's really cool. And then, you get to meet your collectors. And I have met just some people that I really adore. And I'm so grateful that they have a piece of mine, but also that I've gotten to meet them and see them experience my work firsthand. Overall, it's just a really remarkable experience.